Hey Flower Boutique, welcome back to my channel. I know I haven't posted in a while. I have been just focusing on school. I even got braces, so a lot of things have been going on for me. I hope everyone is doing well. And so today I wanted to make a video of me showing you guys how to make a bouquet. This is going to be beginner safe, and it can be for anyone who just wants to make a bouquet for their girlfriend, for their mom, or any of their loved ones. This video is for anyone. You do not have to be a florist to watch. I'll be giving you guys tips and tricks. I feel like there's so many things I didn't know and I still don't know. It's great to learn from people. Let's get straight into it. So first, I'm going to be showing you guys the flowers we are going to be working with today. So we are going to be working with some red roses. These are 60 centimeters. These are Freedom roses. I have 2 packs. We're going to be making a 50 count. Next, I'm going to be showing you guys the tools we will be working with. We'll be needing these stem cutters. That's what I like to call them. The next tool we are working with is a leaf and thorn stripper. This is great because you don't want the person who is receiving the bouquet to get stabbed by like a thorn. So this is going to really help you out. And also sometimes the leaves can have mold on them, so it's very important you get those taken off. Next tool we're going to be working with is a stapler and scissors, tape. So I did already prep the paper off camera, but I am going to be doing a tutorial on how to do the triangle technique. If you guys want to watch that, you can pause the video and go watch it. It should be on my shorts. We are going to process the roses. I got really close to the camera. Process the roses, which can take a while, especially if you're a beginner. The first time I ever did this, I used a knife. I didn't have any of these tools. I used a knife. Okay. And the bouquet still came out really good. Like unpackaging the roses. For me, I like to do it carefully because flowers aren't going to be as strong as you think they are. I've learned that when I'm stripping them as well. You have to be very gentle. They're very delicate. Since I'm a florist and this is like an order, it's required that I put in all the roses the person asked for, times that like the roses snaps. I have these like tube things that I fill up with water, and I just attach it to that if it's long enough. Sometimes it isn't, but you know, it's okay. When I am processing the roses, I'm just gonna grab one of these, and like I said, I like to be very gentle with the rose so it doesn't snap, but I'm gonna start kind of like here where my finger is, and I'm just gonna strip everything below off. And I can kind of give you guys a close-up on how I do that. I just go like this and everything should come off. If you have a few thorns that aren't coming off, I would get the tool and like go up against it and just like go like that over and over again. After doing that, to make the flower look healthy and alive, you're going to want to take off any guarding petals that are dark. For example, this one is dark, so we're going to want to take that off. That does not mean your roses are dying. You just need to take off the guarding petals. You can make it pretty again and make it healthy again by taking these guarding petals off. Now that they're off, you're going to notice that the flower bud is going to be a lot smaller. If you don't want that look, you're going to take your finger and you're going to like push out the roses. Not the roses, the petals, but not too roughly because it can cause bruising and it can snap and then you lose petals. And sometimes that can be bad because you can like, I've noticed sometimes I've taken out a petal and then like the whole flower falls apart. But sometimes it can happen by accident if you pull on the wrong petal or if you pull too many off. So be careful not to do that. So this is what it looks like now. Pretty and red. I'll show you guys one more time and then I'm going to pause the video and I'll be back with you guys to shape the bouquet. Put your finger there and then strip everything below. Like that. And the guarding petals are dark. We're going to take those off and only those. If you notice any dirtier ones in the center, you can take those out too, but usually they aren't really like that. And this one is done. I love it, super cute. And we're just gonna do that 50 more times. I know that sounds crazy, but it will go by fast if you just keep up the pace, but be careful and be gentle, especially if it's your first time. I'll see you guys in a bit. Hi guys, so I am back and I processed all the roses. So now I'm going to explain how I shape the bouquet. My bouquets are more flat. I like the more flat than round look. Obviously the shape is round, but the actual bouquet is like flat. I'm just getting my tape ready because we're gonna be using a lot of tape. I always get duct tape because I use a lot. But we're gonna grab the most straight rows you can find, and because we don't really want the ones that are curved, because like obviously we're gonna use them, but we don't want them for our main middle rows. You don't want to lose this rows, so sometimes I like to pin it. I'm gonna grab a pin right now. Sometimes you lose it and like the bouquet comes out perfect either way, but it's really good to keep it there so you don't lose it. And then we're gonna grab another rose and we're going to place it kind of like a spiral. I noticed that this helps me get the most flat bouquets. And for the rose that we're adding, we're gonna make it just a little bit higher than the middle rows, because we're gonna form a circle and this is gonna be the middle rows. We want this just a little bit higher, not super high because then it's gonna be uneven, but we're gonna tape where the stems are together, not where they separate. You're gonna tape right here because they start to separate above that and you don't want to tape that area. Tape it where they're still close together. Where they stop being close is where you're not going to tape it, if that makes sense, because then your bouquet is going to be more round and not flat. They're here together still, so I'm going to tape right here. And then we're going to add this one. Okay, perfect, same. You want the roses that are going around the center rows to be the same height, best as possible. You don't want it too short or too high, but you do want it higher than the center one. One more time, get a rose and add it kind of going spiral, like going that way. I don't know if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. And then you're just gonna tape it. Sometimes the tape like flips, so it gets like sticky on the other side, and I'm like, okay. So look, this is perfect shaping. This looks very well. This is perfect shaping to me. Again, every florist is different. Now we have one more space to add a rose. The first part of the bouquet shaped, super cute. Now we're just gonna start, I'd say let's start here, kind of in the center to go around. Some florists use a mirror, like they have a mirror in front of them when they're shaping a bouquet, and I guess that helps as well. It helps me sometimes, also sometimes it doesn't because it's like inverted. And like with the stems, like I said, they're going spiral, like they're going down that way. But you guys should comment your favorite flower, your favorite color, and what your dream bouquet looks like. Sometimes it can look uneven, but just trust the process. It will come along in the end. Okay, and when it starts to get bigger, as you can see, it's kind of like all out. I like to tape these, the end, like this, together. I also find that that helps it find its shape. So I'm just going to tape right around here. Perfect. There are some areas that need more roses, so I'm going to add some there. Hi guys, I am back. I cut the video so I can finish shaping it, but this looks really good. I'm really happy with how it turned out. Finish up some of the add-ons I have for it, but before I do, I wanted to show you guys that I taped the bottom all together like I did originally, that one clip. And now I'm going to use my stem cutters. This is what you're going to use it for. And you're going to cut the stems at an angle, because if you cut it straight, bubbles will form, so that it will make it so the roses can't get the water they need. So make sure you're doing it at an angle. And also guys, comment down below what video ideas you think I should do next. I love to hear your ideas. I'm just making sure they're all even. Those look pretty even to me. And now I'm going to get my add-ons ready. So I did realize for me to put the add-ons on, I do have to wrap the bouquet. So I wanted to kind of show you guys how I do that if some of you struggle with this. You're going to find the back side of the bouquet, which for me is this side, and you're going to lay it down on the paper. To interrupt the video, guys, I realized in this clip I didn't tell you guys what I was doing. So after I placed it on the back of the bouquet, I was taping the paper, and when I'm taping it, I tape it to like the stem just below the rose. And then you're just gonna keep doing that and making sure all the triangles are even. And then I am gonna flip the bouquet around because now I have something to go off of. So I'm just gonna add like this. We're just gonna do that. If you guys want like a close-up tutorial, let me know. I can do one of those as well because I know it can be kind of hard to see from where you're viewing. So I have to record on my phone because my iPad died, but I will show you guys the finished look. This is the bouquet. It turned out so cute, so perfect. I love how it turned out. And I also just wanted to say thank you so much for watching, guys. Subscribe and like if you can. It means the world to me. And I hope you all have a wonderful and blessed day or night. Bye, guys.